Hi everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Menina Chow and I'm a member of the SAP Community team, and today I have the pleasure to host this call, which is about the SAP TechEd news and community update for you. So our presenters today are Ric Rogers, Global Events Program Lead for SAP TechEd, Thomas Grassl, Head of Developer and Community Relations at SAP, and Craig Cmehil, who is the Head of SAP Community. For you will be a chance to ask questions in a Q&A section. You should see that in the menu, but we will also have a Q&A session at the end of this call for you to raise questions. But for now, let's get started. And Ric, I would say the stage is yours.
Hi, thanks, Menina, and hello, everyone. Menina mentioned, my name is Ric Rogers. I am the Global Event Lead for SAP TechEd, which really means I'm the guy that pulls all the threads together, all the different work streams, all the different groups that create the fabric that is TechEd. And I'm really excited to do this for you guys. I think it's a terrific event for the SAP community and SAP technologists. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to kind of go through sort of a background of the event itself. And talk a little bit about how we put it together and the content and some of the more fun things that we'll do. So I started thinking about sort of where TechEd, what we're best known for, and the difference between some of that historical context and the reality of where TechEd now sits, right? So TechEd, I think everyone kind of thinks of it, you probably have a lot of colleagues think of it as kind of a user conference, an IT user conference from back in the day. Everyone sits in a classroom. We all, that's kind of, everyone knows that model. And that's sort of where TechEd was born, but it's become a lot more than that over the last few years. And it's a lot more people-oriented now. Obviously, we're following the SAP business model, right? We're moving into the cloud and engaging people and development in creating the intelligent enterprise. And you guys are at the ground floor of producing that. And the benefit for you, right, and personally, is hopefully this event serves your career and serves your community, right? So it's kind of, we hope it is the kind of culmination, coming to TechEd is kind of the culmination of your participation in the SAP community, where you get face-to-face with all your colleagues, SAP experts, and all of that with TechEd. And we're trying to make it much more of a people and enablement program versus a sit in the classroom and take training sort of program. So that's the sort of shift in personality that I think we've taken over the last couple of years. And we're trying to continue to move that forward into 2018, and actually it should be 2019 at this point, and beyond. So actually, if you go to the next slide, Melina, kind of putting it in sort of a high-level view, when we started talking about TechEd this year, you can go ahead and, there you go. Talking about TechEd, technologists and technology are the ones that are driving the most important industry in the world, which is changing business and changing people's lives, which is what SAP likes to try to do as a philosophy. And so TechEd is in the wheelhouse of getting that done for real people in the real world. And we come together with our customers and our partners to put that together. And the way we think of it for this year is that SAP TechEd is where the how of the intelligent enterprise comes to life, right? People have seen it at business events, and you can go to the website and you can understand sort of what the intelligent enterprise is and why the intelligent enterprise is. But if you really want to understand how it works, TechEd is the place where you can come and get that information. So if you go to the next slide, we'll show you where and when you can do that and join us. TechEd will actually take place in just a couple of weeks now, maybe 13 days or something. We'll be moving into the Venetian Palazzo Congress Center in Las Vegas. It's the umpteenth year in a row in Las Vegas, so we're getting used to the place. But they take great care of us and put on a great show. So we're pretty excited. We're going to have a pretty interesting show floor, I think, this year, and Thomas and Craig will talk about some of the things happening on the show floor. If you miss Las Vegas, you can certainly head on over across the pond and meet us in Barcelona again, October 8th and 10th. So we've only got a week or so in between the two. So we'll be fresh off one and heading into the other. And then the last chance for TechEd in 2019 is to come and join us in Bangalore at the BIEC Convention Center. The dates actually are confirmed as November 13th through the 15th, and they're now on the website. Next slide, I wanted to talk a little bit now, some of the more practical aspects of what will happen and what you'll see at TechEd. Next slide, Menina. That's not advancing for me. Central to the show floor and to Jürgen Miller's messaging will be, we're pulling together a showcase experience that will sort of tell the end-to-end story and put you in touch with SAP experts. So moving left to right, we've taken a large section in the center of the floor and named it the Strategy Center. Basically, where all the product management and demos and interactive tools and everything will be surrounding this space. If you have deep dive technical questions, you can come right straight to the Strategy Center, ask your question, and we'll find the expert that can answer it for you. And maybe that person is at a booth, or maybe they're teaching a session at that moment or whatever. But those people will be, they will have a direct line into the SAP experts at TechEd that are available to sit and have one-on-one deep dive conversations. So if you have specific problems you need to solve, head on over to the Strategy Center and we'll take care of it for you there. Qualtrics, of course, is a big news story for SAP, the experience management, experience data, and operational data coming together. That integration, of course, is ongoing at SAP, and how those two technologies, SAP and Qualtrics, will live to serve the intelligent enterprise moving forward. We'll have someone there that can actually answer some of those questions for you. Again, it's kind of an ongoing story, but they have that story and can help support those questions when you're looking to integrate those technologies. And then lastly, the intelligent enterprise is a terrific story, right? But it also has real-world technology impact. So we've put together this experience in that central area to explain what the intelligent enterprise is and what it means for you as a technologist. So it's a whole big touchscreen environment. You can go up and play with it and see where the technologies come together and the changes you'll need to make to be prepared for that transformation moving forward. So that's kind of the big view of things going on. It's central to the show floor, kind of new stuff this year. We're designing so that it's hopefully much more approachable and easy to understand, as opposed to making you navigate the show floor and search for what you want, right? Just come to this central area and you get the end-to-end story of SAP, as well as find the expert that you need. If you go to the next slide, I wanted to talk a little bit some of the content strategy. So this is, of course, the bread and butter, as we spoke at the beginning, right? The classroom sessions are where you get the knowledge and skills that you're going to need when you come to TechEd. That's why you came to TechEd. We understand that, and that's not, the show floor is great, but this is where you actually really gain the hands-on knowledge that you're going to need moving forward and the value that you get out of the program. So we've got, I think, over 600 sessions at this point in Las Vegas, and that will prime the pump and feed the other two events. They are in 7 tracks and 32 learning journeys, which I'll talk about in a moment. If you want to go to the next slide, Menina, we'll take a look at those tracks. The tracks will cascade down from CTO Jürgen Miller's keynotes that he will present. He is working on that keynote cadence right now and looking to tell 3 different evolving stories as we move through the 3 months of TechEd. So if you're watching online, I do encourage you to catch all 3 of those, because it won't be the same keynote each time. We're going to evolve as the business evolves and move through some different stories with Jürgen. We've also added a section of hands-on learning labs. One of the challenges people often face when they come to TechEd is that the hands-on training is discrete and specific in short periods of time. We'll be taking one of those hands-on rooms and putting in a selection of the hands-on training. I think it's up to 17 sessions at this point that you can take on demand on your own at TechEd. So literally, if you want to just sit in that room, assuming space is available, you could just take, if you can race through a session in 20 minutes, then you're free to do so. So it's not going to be sort of lecture-based, but all the exercises will be there. The session tracks, are again based around the SAP technology IT story, originally put forth by Bjorn Gierke last year. So we kept that philosophy this year because it was a pretty good way to organize the content and wanted to be consistent year over year. So again, we have these 7 pillars of SAP IT story. And if you take a look at the next slide, if you would, Menina. These are the 32 learning journeys. I won't go through them all, but the philosophy here is, and you can see it when you go on to the website and look in the agenda builder. The philosophy here is to give you an opportunity to get training based on the goals that you need to achieve, right? So each of these things, inside Explore the Intelligence Suite, we have how to deliver the intelligent enterprise along key end-to-end processes, right? So if you have a particular goal around a particular technology, take a look at these learning journeys, because that's how we've organized all the content across all the tech eds. That's not to say you can't jump around from track to track, and if you wanted to sort things based on product or based on some other keyword searches, that's fine. But if you really know that becoming, how to become the UX transformation champion in your company is important to you, this will provide to you, I think it's 14 or 16 discrete sessions in various sets of skill levels and various formats, right? So it'll have some hands-on, it'll have some lecture, it'll have some demos, it'll have a list of things that you should do or to try to take advantage of while you're at TechEd. The good thing is that a lot of this content is also coming online even as we speak. So you could actually start your learning journey now and start checking off boxes and continue it after you leave the event. So you can strategically plan what sessions you need to take while you're there and what experts you need to meet, but still keep your eyes on the prize and on that goal that you're trying to achieve. I think I have one more slide that we're talking a lot about content and value. If you want to go on to the next slide, Menina, I did want to mention that TechEd, as we all know, is also about fun, and I'm not going to talk about all the fun that we'll have because there is some cool new stuff that I'll keep secret for people to show up and be able to tweet about when they get there. But the celebration night, of course, everyone knows we're going to have one, and it's a pretty fun evening. For Las Vegas this year, we're going to Brooklyn Bowl, famous for its fried chicken, by the way. So if you like fried chicken, this is up your alley. And we're hiring the John Gar Band, which is an Austin, Texas band, up-and-coming artist, newly signed to a major label. So we go and take a look at him. He's pretty cool, and I think it's a good vibe for the audience. If you're going to Barcelona, we will be going back to the nightclubs on the beach. I can't imagine that we would ever want to do anything else. It's a huge hit with the audience and you folks. So come and join us walking on the boardwalk and enjoying the surf and sand in Barcelona. And in Bangalore, we're putting together a kind of a food truck party because it's too hard to go anywhere else other than the BIEC. If you've been to Bangalore, you know what the traffic is like. It's epic would be an understatement. So we put together a party right there at the event. We're still working on what other than the band, there's going to be some other entertainment, but we've got a nice outdoor space there this time around. So we're going to grab some outdoor space and bring in some food trucks and have a party. So that's just a taste of the fun that we'll have. Like I said, there's always more than that. But so TechEd is about people, and it's about you and your career and having some fun while also hopefully learning a lot about the skills that you need. So that's what I believe in. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm trying to deliver. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. We will try to answer them for you either here and now or when you get to TechEd. I'll leave you at this point and hand it over to Thomas and Craig so they can talk about some of the specifics that they're going to bring to the show floor in the audience.
Yeah, so next section. Hello, this is Thomas Grassl. As Menina said, responsible for the developer and relations and community programs at SAP. So for TechEd, developers is a broad term. I also want to clarify this. When we talk about developers, we look at all the technical people who are doing configuration, coding, etc. And so it's really like a core of our audience. We know that about 70 to 80% are technical people who are attending us at TechEd. So of course, also from the learnings over the last year, we adjusted and put in the right content forward. Our goal definitely is that everybody has a good understanding what is the strategy and the direction. We saw this, like you saw this from Ric's presentation, there is the strategy center. That's where we want to focus a little bit more to the individual discussions that you as a developer or a technical person can come. I'm here, my company wants to go there, or we as a partner want to move this part of the business forward, that we can explain it, but also like tie it to and outline you, like this is the technology, this is the right path, you should look into these areas, you should look into these areas. And this, of course, you can do like in combination with the sessions, the hands-ons, and also the activities we're planning for the show floor to go deeper into these areas. So if you can go to the next slide to give you an update on the developer garage. So there is on the show floor next to like the demos, the exhibiting partners, we will also have again the developer garage. And in the developer garage, there's a lot of like different activities planned. Like, yes, we bring the app space again into TechEd. Over the last years, we saw more and more increasing interest. Our focus there is really for someone who is new to a topic and wants to explore what can be done, like with a cloud platform, or with ABAP in the cloud, that you can take a seat and we have the right tutorials for you to go through this. And also like drive this from a interactive way. So the good thing is the content we provide in the app space is also available throughout the year. The difference is at TechEd we also have the experts. So should you be stuck somewhere on like how do I need to do this, then of course it's a little bit like helpful for anybody out there to go deeper and adjust into these things and give you guidance. Upspace should be also fun, so we encourage to also do a little bit of gamification, that people can collect mission badges, but also can collect then prizes. We're also looking a little bit like into the prices, so I think this year we have also extended the selection, and also like looking into like things like if you don't want to get shuffling in like a lot of like giveaways, that we also can give a different way of like how you can get recognized for your prices. We do have the Learning Hub also at the Developer Garage. So this is new this year. Like a lot of you probably know Learning Hub from OpenSAP courses. So this is also like to give you a better insight into what we're offering around learning, and go also like deeper into these discussions. Aligned to the app space is again also our joint developer interactions and activities we're doing with Apple, with Amazon AWS, with Microsoft, and with Google. Here again, our developer relations team worked very closely with the partner and also like with their developer relations team to come up with very solid things. So this should explain you as someone coming in, like how can I leverage this partnership? How can I get started? What can I do? And again, you have the experts from SAP and from these partners available, and these are technical experts, so they can really go deep and bring this joint world discussion together. App Center, you might have also seen at Sapphire or other events. App Center is our focus on partners, what they can offer in the ecosystem. So it's not just like, it's two things, like if you're a partner and you want to understand how I can get my solutions into the SAP ecosystem or into the SAP customer base, how can the App Center help me? Vice versa, if you have a certain solution need, the App Center can also guide you, like here's a partner which can help you in offering and providing a solution for your needs. And then finally, there is open source. So we're bringing open source very much back into TechEd. Reason for that is like over the last few years, we invested a lot in open source. And we also have very interesting topics around open source, being it in the UI5 space, which a lot of the people know that there is open UI5, but there's also now the web components. How can I use this technology? We're bringing another example is Project Piper, how to learn CI/CD with SAP technologies, like what is pre-configured, how you can contribute. So it's a very interesting space, and I'm very glad that we can bring this in for the developer garage today, this year. Continuing on the developer garage is also code jams. Code jams are, as you might have seen in the past, it's interactive. Like, so you have an expert who basically guides you through certain exercises. We have the laptops, everything set up, so it's very simple to participate. But it's our main focus here is the hands-on as we drive with these code jams. So there's a definite dedicated theater around it, and only they last about 40 minutes. Main goal for us is really that someone also understands, here's how I get started, this is how I can use the solution, and ultimately you should be able to walk away, have a good sense about the technology, and also like potentially continue or share it with your colleagues when you get back after TechEd. Code reviews, these are the standard code review sessions, mostly like a lot of interest from the different areas. They're scheduled also through the apps builder and can be reviewed there. And then also we bring in the SAP runs SAP. So this is also to show you a little bit like how our internal team from IT is using SAP technology, what they're doing with it, and what they're driving around this technology inside SAP. So it's also interesting, so you have practitioners who are really building the stuff inside SAP using our own technology. And this is often like very similar solutions which you probably as a customer or partner are building out there. So it's very good, like that's what we are looking into, like this developer to developer interactions. Okay, and if you can go to the next slide, I think that's it, and then it's Craig. Yeah, then let me hand it over to Craig.
Thank you very much. Hi, this is Craig Cmehil. As Menina pointed out, I am the head of the SAP Community, and I'm excited to talk about some of the fun stuff that's going to be happening here at TechEd. So you can check out the next slide. So there's a lot. So I'm just going to run through some of these things. Some of them Thomas mentioned, for example, the Open SAP folks are actually going to be there inside the developer garage. But what it also means is some of the instructors from some of your favorite Open SAP courses will actually be on site in both Las Vegas and Barcelona, where you'll actually have an opportunity to come up to them and ask them specific questions about those courses, or you might even find a brand new course being announced and the instructor will be on site to talk about that a little bit as well. So it's about bringing the expert there so you can actually talk to them directly and everything like that, which also leads us to what we refer to as the expert tables or the meetup and unconference type of area. What this is we have some tables dedicated. A lot of our different session speakers will be on hand doing little mini 30-minute meetups where they'll talk about their different technology areas or their different courses or their different sessions that they've held, and you can actually do deep dive one-on-one type conversations with them. But you'll also have the opportunity to even submit your own 30-minute unconference as well. So there'll be an area on hand, on site, where you can come up and actually say, hey, I want to talk about ABAP Git. And you can actually sign up and others can join you and you guys can actually have a spot to do that. We also have what we refer to as conference or content guidance. Our SAP Technology Ambassadors will be on hand to help you navigate all of the different content that's being presented. You know, you heard from Rick with all the tracks, all the journeys. It's a lot of content. Also from Thomas on more content that's available on the show floor. Our SAP Technology Ambassadors will be on hand to help you navigate that content and really help you kind of decipher which one might be the right one for me at that moment, you know, based on the different projects that I'm working on and so forth. So definitely an opportunity there. And then in the SAP Runs SAP that Thomas mentioned, we actually have a lot of the IT folks who are building these solutions going to be on site as well to actually talk you through more of the technical details of it as well, not just come up, check out a demo and walk away, but actually a chance for you to interact and engage with them too. We brought back the headshots. So if you'd like to update your community profile and get a brand new photo taken, we'll have our headshot photographer on site in both locations where you can just come up, you get your picture taken, and you'll get that, and you can replace or update any of your online profile photos you like. And then we have a mural artist. The mural artist, the whole idea behind it is to visually capture all of the different activities from the keynote, from Jürgen's keynote, all the way through all the experiences that people are having throughout the entire event. And we will have our mural artist on site capturing those. You can come by, add your own thoughts to it, get your own ideas added into the whole mix. We really want it to be kind of an interactive area, so it's just an opportunity for you to speak up and have your own thoughts added to the mix. A big, large area this year is in Vegas and in Barcelona both. We have a large theater set up for our community innovation talks. So we did an open call for proposals. We navigated all of those sessions. There was a panel of us that went in and navigated all those sessions, and we've selected those. We've been informing those lucky ones who were selected for how, you know, that they've been selected. Can they please confirm? And getting those all into the agenda builder as well. So, you know, these are community sessions. So from folks like yourself, for folks like yourself. Yeah. So it's not just something from SAP, but it's actually something from your fellow community members. So I definitely recommend you come by and check those out as well. All right. You got the next one?
That's it.
There we go. So we hope to see everybody there. We were very excited about this year, and very excited to bring a lot more of this hands-on interaction and making you, the audience, actually part of the event as well this year. So.
Okay, then thank you, Craig, Thomas, and Rick, to share these insights. We're at the end of the call, like presentation for now. It's now time for you, or the chance for you, to ask questions, if you have any.